I'm going to Italy today when you guys will be seeing this, and I never get my nails done, but I got it done for this trip, and now I don't know how to like use my hands. So if I'm looking awkward, forgive me please. Hello friend, welcome back to a new video. It is Chelsea, your friend. If you're new to this channel, I'm Chelsea. It's very nice to meet you. I'm so glad that you're here. I run a small business on Instagram and Etsy that pertains to embroidered goods. Yeah. Welcome to my channel if you're here for the first time. In today's video, we are just gonna go over some of the things that I think are key to making machine embroidery easier. I don't know if you guys remember that trend on Instagram and TikTok that was like, things in my craft room that just make sense. Like, I don't know about you, but that got on my nerves after a while. But honestly, that's what this video is because it can be helpful. The goal of this video is just to run through some things that I think make my life a whole lot easier when I'm stitching, to work smarter and not harder. I am down for working hard, but I'm not down for hard work. Do you feel the difference in what I'm saying right now? That makes sense to me. But I wanted to just give you guys a life update. I graduated college. And I moved into a new house, so you may see the background is very plain, but a little bit different. And so I'm gonna show you around. So here's the door in my 6-needle machine. And then I got this new rack set from IKEA, which has been really helpful. This is where I just had you guys set up. I have a pegboard with all of my threads, and then below I have some packing materials and printers. And then over here I have my big table with my table machines, my pink locker. Spinning around, we have my desk with my desktop. I'm hoping to turn this entire wall into like a very aesthetic gallery, bright colored something, but for now we just have 3 of my favorite stuffed animals because I'm still a child sometimes.
Life is good, you know what I mean?
Have just been really good. I love having this space and this setup, and hopefully we'll be doing a craft room tour for you soon. But in the meantime, let's get into the reason we're here. The first thing on our list is Q-tips. Simple as that. It has a stick and 2 cotton balls on the end. That's a Q-tip. You might call it a cotton swab. I do not. This is a Q-tip. I like to use these just to do simple maintenance on my machines. A lot of dust and spare threads gets caught up in that bobbin chamber, and so having Q-tips handy to just kind of twist and get all of that gunk out of there will help with the longevity of your machines. I think this is just a really easy, simple way to keep them clean, and it's what, $2? I love that this is just like super small and compact. Obviously, you can just run to your bathroom and go get a Q-tip when you need it, but there is something about like, this is my craft room and I have everything that I need in this one room. Something that does something to my spirit and it feels good. So, Q-tips. Next thing on our list pertaining towards hooping is chalk. It just looks like a giant guitar pick, you know. I bought it in this case on Amazon. It has 4 different colors. I took all the white out because that's what I actually use. I like to find the center of my designs with a ruler and then mark it with chalk. It just really helps me to be able to visually see on the sweatshirt where I'm supposed to be embroidering. So I use these like broken up white pieces of chalk just to mark my shirts, whether that's a white sweatshirt or anything. It actually shows up really well, and then you can just rub it out with your finger, whereas the blue and red and yellow don't rub out as easily. And so if you've ever got your pants hemmed or tailored and you feel them kind of mark your pants with chalk, that's exactly the same thing, so they know where to hem it. It's all the same idea. That's exactly where I got it from, and so I like having chalk for that reason, which leads us into our next item, which is rulers. If you were like me when I was starting off with embroidery, all of these things kind of like hit you like a whirlwind, and I didn't think of this beforehand of like, I have to measure my designs. Like, where do I know where to put it and for it to be consistent if I'm gonna sell it? I have 3 separate rulers. This is just your standard 12-inch ruler. And then I have a half ruler, which is 6 inches. Most of my designs are about 4.5 inches, so I like using this so it's a little bit easier and I'm not like toggling with it with this one. But if I'm doing a left chest design, I like to know the height and the width. I like to know this so I can get it specific to where I want it to go. My dad's an electrician, so he loves gadgets like this, so he gave me this little ruler, and I'm gonna try, maybe I need to do like the makeup really so you guys can see this. Do it, there we go. Amazing. This little ruler just has so many ticks in it for really precise measurements. This was really great for me when I was doing a lot of graduation stoles or really tedious items that I'm not used to hooping. Making sure that I had like it down to the nearest tick was really, really important for me. And I like having this on hand just because it makes me feel cool too. I also have around here somewhere just like your standard long measuring tape. That's what I used at first to go long ways across the entire sweatshirt, but then I realized I can find the center of where the neck comes into like a point. I can find that by myself and then just measure straight down, and that has been helpful for me. But I do have like your measuring tape, not a tape measurer, not like a tape measurer that you retract, but like the one that you would measure to like, I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead because I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. If you know what I'm talking about, then good. If you don't, best wishes and warmest regards. Moving right along, we have a lint roller. Self-explanatory, it rolls the lint. I normally just use this after I'm working on a project. I don't really think it's necessary to lint roll before I'm starting on an item. Taking that extra step might be great, I just don't do it. I like to use this when I'm cutting all those little baby threads at the end of a project from like jump stitches or jump cuts or whatever. Lint rolling all of those off is really great, or just getting all the lint off thin instead of at the beginning and the end. So lint roller, it's a lint roller. Next is temporary spray adhesive. I will try to find a video of me using this in action. However, it is just a little tacky kind of spray that you can use to attach fabric to something. It's like temporary glue, if you will. So I spray this on my stabilizer, and then I put my stabilizer on my sweatshirt. That's really great for my 6 needle machine because I've shown you guys before that I just like to slide my stabilizer under my hooped item once it's on the machine. I feel like I could be talking gibberish to some of you, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I highly encourage you to go watch some of my other videos because they are informative so you understand what I'm talking about at this point. However, with the 6 needle machine, there's nowhere to slide it, it just hangs off. And so I use this temporary spray adhesive to connect the stabilizer to the back of the sweatshirt so it stays on in the hooping process. Oh God, I hope I'm making sense. So this is about $13 at Hobby Lobby. They also have like giant ones, but this one lasts me for about 2 or 3 months depending on how much I'm doing. This is also really good if you're hooping tote bags and things that really need to be floated and you can't just hoop them in a traditional shirt sense. This is also really good for that. So always have this handy. Love. Okay, now we are headed over to my pegboard just so I can show you a few more things and how I kind of store them also. So as you can see, I have my rulers over here, and that's where I keep my spray adhesive. I thought that was really innovative. Does anyone else feel that way? Yeah? If you've seen one of my previous videos, you know how much I love scissors. I think scissors are so important to the embroidery process. Cutting stabilizer like this, which I'm loving this new setup that I can just pull it down and cut it like that. I like having baby scissors to cut all those jump cuts. And I have my big fabric scissors here. I really like to keep these handy because I like to cut scrap fabric or whatever. Like if I mess up on a sweatshirt, I will just cut it up and make its own like scratch fabric to test designs on and stuff. So fabric scissors are always a must. Over here in this cup, I have some binder clips. I like to use binder clips to clip back and hold some of the sweatshirt that I'm using if I'm hooping it for my table machines. One of my embroidery friends on Instagram, and she might be watching right now, so hey girl, she used a claw clip like for your hair to do the same thing, and I thought that was just ingenious and probably better than my little rusted binder clips, but that's what I got for now. Coming over to what I call my big table, there's a few more things on here that I think are really helpful. So my favorite thing is this mini trash can. It's literally a trash can, you guys. I just put a little flower sticker on the front, but it's a mini trash can and it's so cute. So we just have some thread and stabilizer in there. Right here, I am so often cutting thread after I have, you know, threaded it, and you cut the ends and then let the automatic thing do its thing. When I cut, I have this little piece of string left over, and instead of putting it on the table, you just... And it's so satisfying that you have done something to help you clean up in the process of you embroidering. That's amazing. And then you guys may have seen me rave about my new little thing. I've had it for maybe a month now. It is just a thread stand. As you can see, it holds bigger spools of thread like this that don't fit on this little thing for smaller machines. It works so well and is nice because I have bigger spools for my other machines. It's nice that I can also use those on the small machine. So I'll be sure to link that in the description box for you because it's so nice to have. There are a few other random things that I just wanted to mention. I have flash drives for each of my machines. To me, that makes it a lot easier when I am digitizing and I have all of them plugged in. I have them labeled with the name that I named my machine, and that makes it easier so I know exactly where I'm saving them. That also saves me time so I'm not waiting for a design to finish on this machine before I can move the flash drive to another machine. I'm sure there's a way for you to save your designs from your actual flash drive and save them permanently on your machine. I don't know how to do that and haven't really looked into it. Another thing I was going to mention is just a tripod. That is up to you, but to me it's nice to have, especially running a business where you have to make content these days. At least that's what it feels like. Just a decent tripod has been really helpful to me. Hopefully I'll get a new one soon. I really want one that clamps onto the table so I can do overhead shots and not have this little stand in the way. Another thing I really encourage you on with the technology kind of piece is to get surge protectors. If we're being completely real, this is expensive. It took me a while to save up for these machines, and by the grace of God, I got my 6-needle machine, which is a $14,000 machine for $1,000. That's a story. That's a word right there, okay? This entire room cost a lot of money, and I'm so proud of myself that I can say that I paid for literally everything in here except for my roller printer. My grandma got that for me as a graduation present. Highly encourage you to get some surge protectors. Each of my machines is plugged into a surge protector outlet, so if there is a storm, if something goes wrong with the power, it will not short out my machine. Protect your goods, girls and guys, like seriously. So friend, that is my spiel. When I envisioned my channel, I was like, I really want my videos to be short and sweet and just like drop nuggets of wisdom. It didn't really work out that way with my first few videos, and so I really wanted this one to be short and sweet. So that is all that I have for you. I hope these random things will help empower you to feel more confident in your embroidery journey. And if I can help in any way, please let me know. DM me on Instagram, comment here on YouTube, and whatever means necessary. Live your life, have fun, craft, do your thing, don't let anything hold you back. And I feel like I should be a motivational speaker, but I feel like in everything I would just be like, trust God. So that's what we're gonna say. Trust God. Yeah, that's literally all I have to say. So we're gonna end this right here. Until next time, friends, it's Chelly.